Sure shot, baby! So good day everyone. We're here for another episode of the DVD show. So for today we have a player from the Ateneo Lady Eagles, and she was also formerly from the De La Salle Zobel volleyball program. And yeah, now she's like in her final 2 years, I believe, or 1 year na lang siguro for the Ateneo Lady Eagles. And I'll now welcome to the DVD show Jules Samonte. Thank you for joining me here on my podcast.
No, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Actually, no. It's I still have 2 years for UAAP, but I don't know. I'm still not sure with my plans.
Yeah, 2 years pa nga. Pero yeah, kasi nga 'di ba ngayon yung parang age difference, parang they're not sure if they'll allow you to play over 25, parang ganun. And the
Yeah,
others aren't sure. Yeah. That's why I'm not sure also about like the other sports if they're gonna play like all their playing years pa.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard right now. It's so uncertain, pa.
Yeah. So I
Pandemic.
wanted to ask first, since we just started, on how you have you been doing? Yeah, you said nga it's been uncertain, and we've been in the pandemic for like over a year now,
Yeah.
and you've just been at home majority of the time. So how have you been doing so far?
Well, first of all, thanks for asking me that. I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm just chilling right now because I just finished with school like 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I'm just
Mm.
waiting to graduate on October. And
Mm.
then voila, I'm just working out. I've just been like keeping myself fit and spending time with my family and seeing some friends. And I've also just gotten vaccinated, my
Mm.
first dose. So yung second dose ko, I think it's gonna be probably 2 weeks from now or just a week from now.
Mm.
And then what else have I been up to? Yun, I'm just chilling na. And then maybe I am trying to look for like a temporary job so that I can earn a bit. And then I'm also gonna be looking for a coach or something like a program coach, a trainer,
Mm.
because like I kinda am leaning towards playing pro na rin. So
Yeah, congratulations because I'm only in my second year and you already graduated pala from Ateneo. So yeah,
yeah.
congrats on that.
But then tough, diba? It's like 3 years. Three
Yeah,
years
but
tough.
I shifted kasi from
Okay,
other
okay.
course. So when now I'm like maybe 1 term delayed lang, 1 to 2 terms delayed lang naman. So it's
That's it.
fine.
You got this.
Yeah, kaya naman, kaya naman. So yeah, you mentioned God that you've been doing a lot of activities in quarantine, and you plan to play pro for volleyball. But are there other like quarantine activities that you've been doing? Like I don't know, like you have a vlog yata on YouTube or
Yeah,
something.
I actually I
Yeah.
started vlogging, but it's like I stopped na rin. Like I only have I think 4 videos, 5.
Mm.
But then I want to continue, but I don't have any content. So I'm really like it's so hard. Like how do
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
it? How do you do it? You have this podcast and it's so
yeah.
hard to think of questions and other content. But yeah, I'm asking naman my friends for advice, ganon. And what else? What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been biking a lot with my family. That's
Mm.
like how we bond. And yeah, yun lang. Yun din.
Yeah, yung vlogging nga parang na-impress ako dun sa mga popular ones because parang every week or like every other week they have content, and lalo na nung pandemic parang iba yung mga ginagawa nila, like they're really creative because they don't go out. If you go out, maybe it's easier, like if
Yeah.
you're training parang you're gonna go if you're in school, but then now it's like you barely go out and stuff, so it's
I
kind of hard
know.
to think of stuff.
And I feel like who would want to watch this? But then actually people do actually watch.
Mm.
So and I'm like one of the people who watch. Where
Yeah.
I spend time watching vlogs and if I don't have anything to do during the day, I watch vlogs, which is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, maybe because your fans also, like the Ateneo fans, maybe they miss you guys now because they don't see
Yeah.
you play, so they find a way to still see you somehow. So vlogging makes them, I know, reminisce or like rekindle the memories they had before. Yeah. So you mentioned nga that you plan to also hire a coach. So like it's like a personal coach in order to like hone your skills, something like that, right?
Yes. Actually, I've been thinking if I wanted to go to Itona Performance, if you've heard of that. Do you know?
Mm.
Basta it's Coach Migs was our coach in when I was second year ata or first year in college. He was our weights training coach, and I want to go to him for skills.
Mm,
I know when I heard he's pretty good. He's one of the best right now. So yeah, I just want to work, you know.
yeah. Paano
And
naman yung sa Ateneo pala? Like, if you play, like, you said you have 2 more years, but you're not sure yet because of the pandemic and all the uncertainties. But you need to study like masters and then play, right?
yeah, I have to study masters to be able to play if I still want to play. And
Mm.
um, yeah,
Yeah. How about playing professionally? What are like the aspects of your game that you intend to improve on? Like maybe not really on the court, but yeah, maybe your body also. As he said, he's good in workout training. Are there any aspects that you would want to focus on that maybe it's your like you feel it's your weakness also in the UAP?
well, my hops.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you always have to jump and volleyball. You have to block and spike, and also siguro my footwork.
Mm-mm.
Um, and the speed therein. Everything actually like it's been so long. We haven't trained in so long. I mean, we have Zoom trainings, but it's so different from the actual training. So,
Mm-mm.
syempre, for me, I really feel like nag level down yung performance ko. So that's why I'm trying to look for one. I'm
Okay.
really planning to do work soon. So
Yeah, I heard from other players na yung nagbabubble training ngayon sa PVL, parang naninibago rin sila with the whole volleyball again kasi parang ilang years na rin, like 1 year din sila hindi nakalaro like with their real opponents. Like maybe they've been playing but on their own lang. So it's kind
yeah,
of
and
tough.
imagine we like the athletes we've been training our whole lives and then bigla na lang it got cut.
Mm,
So parang it's such a big impact for everybody for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about your thoughts on the PVL? Like, I mean, you're not like in the league yet. You're not in any team, part of any team yet. But yeah, you've in Chocomucho, like the players there, maybe in Creamline also, like you're friends with them, maybe from other teams as well. What are your thoughts on yeah, all the teams being in one league now, and who do you expect to like flourish in the league?
I'm so excited for everybody. Like for sure everyone misses playing and it's so nice that they get to train together in a bubble
Mm.
and who do I think will flourish? I don't know. It's so we don't really know because we haven't seen anybody play for a year.
Mm.
So sobrang I think I'm really not expecting anything from anyone. But yeah, it's gonna be so exciting to see them play na. And it's gonna be so motivating them to work
Yeah, lalo na
together.
kahit walang fans like in the arenas, parang iba pa rin pag yun sa TV, like lalo na Filipinos, like volleyball, basketball, boxing, all these sports. Parang it provides a sense of normalcy and happiness to them kasi lalo na itong pandemic, parang nalulungkot lahat.
Yeah, that's so true.
So sana mag-start na rin soon because I think July 17 daw to. It's
17,
not,
I heard, but it's not. That's just the tentative date for the opening.
yeah. So, and it's exciting because like F2, like all the LaSalle players are there. It's the first time they play against sila
I
Eliza again.
know. It's so exciting. It's like versus LaSalle all over again.
Yeah. And then Coach Ties with Creamline and then Coach
Yeah,
O's with Chocobucho. I mean, those are the teams kasi I'm familiar with. That's why it's more exciting to look forward to them. But it's also good to focus on the other teams. Like, lalo na yung ibang teams, like I've barely heard them. Like, bago lang sa akin. But then maybe they might pull off surprises and upsets
yeah,
also.
exactly. You never
That,
know. Cause like everyone's in a bubble na eh, and then everyone's so private then about it. Like
mm-mm.
no videos getting leaked about their training, so it's really like interesting. I'm so excited
Yeah,
to
like
see.
nagulat nga ako like in yung bago mag-bubble, there were interviews pa rin with the players. Pero now it got less with all teams naman. And then yesterday nung sa The Game yata sa TV5, they had like a vlog of Choco Mucho. But then it's not as like yun yeah, mas secretive. It's like them eating breakfast lang mga ganun. It's not much of anything that the people will see. Let's really wait for the games na mismo.
Yeah. Well, actually, did you hear about the next season of PVL will be drafting na?
Yeah, I heard about that. It's
I
sure
don't know.
ba?
Yeah, I guess that's what I heard. Pero I'm not so familiar with drafting. drafting. So I don't really. I'm just like asking my friends from basketball how it
Yeah.
works. So yeah.
Oh,
But
drafting is like, yeah, sa basketball, yung pinaka-familiar. Because, kunwari, like, Choco Mucho, like, they got Pongay, Dina, all the players from their team. Because Coach O, diba, ni-recruit niya. Pero he can't do that. Or like, maybe there's a limit na when it's drafting.
yeah,
So maybe if you want to play PVL, you're gonna sign up your name, and then the worst team yata has number one, and then the champion has like the lowest, and then parang snake or something like
that's
that.
scary.
Yeah.
But okay, I just want to play. I really want to play this thing. So it doesn't really matter which team
Yeah.
I get into. I just want to play the sport I love. I
Yeah.
miss it so much.
That's also a innovation that I got surprised with, because yeah, I'm used to watching PVL and even Superliga before, that they formulate their own teams. Like, if you leave this team, you can sign automatically with the other team. So it's a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, sana I get drafted.
For sure yan, for sure. Lalo na if bumalik na yung condition, guys, sabi mo that you improve more, they'll really look at you, and they'll get you and try their chance.
Let's
So,
just hope for the best.
yeah. The great transition now, or segue, is also about your childhood, and like your upbringing, and how you started, yeah, volleyball and all the other childhood activities. So maybe you could start off by saying like where you grew up, or your upbringing, and what were your childhood activities, or like, did you do stuff before volleyball?
Actually, I was a super rowdy kid before because my friend, I lived in this like townhouse village thing, where everyone's close. It's really small lang, so every day people go out, the kids go out, we play together, and we play all these rough games. So I think that's why I'm like kind of athletic then because
Mm.
parang we play tag, bangsak and all that. So
Yeah.
parang that's where I got then my skills, I guess. And then when I was like siguro 11, they
Mm.
started doing the barangay tournaments. And wala, my dad was just like, why don't you join? Parang for fun lang naman. So that's
Mm.
when I started like siguro liking volleyball. Actually, volleyball is my first ever sport. And
Okay.
my friends and I, um, we just played every day. Like, kunyari, diba, when you're a kid, you have to nap first. And then when you wake up, you go out, you play with them,
Yeah.
volleyball
Yeah.
kaagad. And
Oh,
then
okay.
I also have this neighbor who was also from Zobel.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to try out for grade school volleyball. So
Okay.
we were like, oh, okay, let's do it. And then yala, we fell in love and then we just kept going. And boom, I'm still here, still playing volleyball. So
Meron
yeah.
bang aspect ng sport na talagang parang na-attract ka, or na parang you really found it interesting kaya you tried it? Kasi there's other sports naman pero maybe volleyball had a differentiating factor to you. That's why you continued to pursue it even at 11.
Well, I'm not so sure because I never really tried other sports. Oh, actually, I tried badminton like for fun. Pero I don't know. I think it's a parang I would want to work with other people then. Kasi badminton is like what do you call that? You,
Dual sport,
yeah,
parang
dual
one.
sport. Pero I think I like it more if it's like a team sport.
Okay. Yeah.
Got me. Because I love them. I love the girls. I love my teammates,
Mm.
everybody. I love hanging out with them, especially like during training we get to bond. After training we bond pa. So yeah.
Yeah, naalala ko, I forgot who the guest I had that said it, but it's harder to motivate yourself then if you're in a dual sport than team sport. Like, you need to have self motivation for
Yeah.
dual sports, because like, yeah, team sport, maybe like you're sila Dani or sila Pongay, they can like motivate you when you're playing. But then if it's dual sport, wala, ano, coach mo or like parents
Yeah.
mo lang yung nanonood, parang ganun, it's harder.
And you don't want to let your teammates down, right? So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
also another aspect. So maybe that's why you decided to pursue
Yeah.
volleyball at like 11, and buti naman nagtuloy-tuloy na siya.
Actually, no, I actually like wanted to quit so many times. Like even in high school and
Mm.
college. I don't know what parang my pride lang din na parang I can do this if they can do it. I can do it too. So yeah, and it has so many opportunities. It opened so many doors for me then. So
What grade were you when you were? Di ba tuloy-tuloy na yan? So when you started at 11, you just
I think
went until fourth year?
grade 6 ako nag-start. Or grade 5 pala, grade 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
kamusta naman yung whole like Zobel experience? Because yeah, it's different from what you are now and at what you are now in Ateneo. But then in Zobel, how was the whole experience? And syempre yung volleyball in grade school and high school, iba pa yung parang intensity and yung training and yung teammates mo rin. Iba pa yung skill level and yung yan nga, yung stuff you focus on in the game. So how was your whole stint naman and experience at such a young age pa rin?
well, I guess yun nga, I loved volleyball since I was elementary, diba? And then in
Mm.
high school, in the latter part, I didn't want to continue college na because I'm like, why? I'm so tired all the time. Like, I want time for my friends. I
Yeah.
want to go out. I want to.
Yeah.
It's like, diba, when you're an athlete and you have training every day, parang you see your other friends, they're going out on a Friday. Parang
Yeah.
you can't do that because you have training or a game the next
Yeah.
day. So parang I'm missing that experience. I'm not getting to experience that. Pero parang now, like as I got older, parang everything was worth it naman. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yung sa high school stint mo sa Zobel, you mentioned that you were like thinking about maybe not continuing anymore to play. But what made you stay, or like what was that like of your fortitude lang, or did others talk to you, or yourself, yeah, yung self reflection or meditation or something, and why you still decided to play despite the thought of quitting?
Well, cause for me, parang I thought na sayang naman if I don't continue, cause not everyone gets the chance to be recruited then by other schools, like big schools, and um not everyone's capable of playing volleyball. So why
Mm.
not just use this talent or skill, diba? And yeah, and as I said nga, it really opened so many doors for me.
Yeah.
So and
So
also I wanna make my family proud then in whatever.
mm.
Syempre.
Yeah. Sa Zobel, who were your like notable teammates, or what was like, yeah, yung did you receive like final four appearances or awards your whole stint there? And how many years did you like play in the UAAP?
I played 4 years in the UAAP
Mm.
sa high school. In my first, I got in my fourth year I got best scorer, and then first year ko pala that was my first ever championship, UAAP
Oh,
championship, and then second, third, and fourth we were just third.
okay.
Um, and then what else? Uh, yeah, yun. And then I played also palarong pambansa. You know
Mm.
that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
2 years when I was third year and fourth year, I was recruited by King's Montessori School,
Oh, yeah. Mm.
and then yeah, we were back to back champions for that then.
Oh, okay.
And then for my second year of playing palarong pambansa, I got best blocker, and
Mm.
yeah, there.
So yeah, that maybe those were the achievements and the milestones that attracted the other schools like Ateneo that got you in college. But before like deciding to go to Ateneo for college, did you like decide to stay in La Salle since
Yeah, of
La Salle?
course. That
Well,
was really like my Siyempre, as a student from La Salle Zobel, diba, siyempre, you want to be La Salle then
mm,
when you're older. And then, actually, I also wanted to go to UST for med.
mm,
And then, yun, I passed, but I was thinking na, can I do this? Like, pwede ko pa pagsabay yung med and volleyball? So,
yeah.
I don't know. So, but then they were all teams are really accommodating, by the way.
Mm,
Also Lasal. But then the thing is, I don't know, parang I wanted something new, and
okay.
I actually literally dreamt of training in Ateneo, and it was so cool because I dreamt of training with the older
Fab
batch
Five.
older batches, sila Ate
Okay.
Lai,
Yeah, yeah,
Amy
yeah.
Aquino. And then I was like, that's just a dream. That's not gonna happen because they graduated already. And yun nga. And then when I started training for Ateneo, kasi diba they were on their cream line, and
Mm,
Coach I was their coach then. And they got to train with us. I'm like, what the heck, deja vu. I
Yeah.
literally dreamt of this. So yeah. Sorry, I'm so talkative.
Okay lang. It's so cool ka kasi like si Danny din, she kept saying sorry that she's talkative. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool ka. That's what I want. Because kesa naman like hindi nagsasalita and it's an engaging conversation naman. So it's fine. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
Danny's so talkative.
yeah.
She's like one of my closest in the team, my best friends. Yeah.
Yeah, she mentioned you nga in the interview. I forgot. I think it's because of like the leaders of the team, like the current team. Kaya na daw yung inaasahan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back with the recruitment thing, who were the teams? Yeah, schools pala, or yeah, or teams that tried to get you, and did you even like consider them, or you really went for Ateneo na because yun nga, you said you wanted the new scenery, a new environment, and you were attracted with what they were building there, like the program.
Yeah, UST, LaSalle, and Ateneo. They were the ones recruiting me. And yun, I got the course I wanted in Ateneo din eh. So,
What was your
because I
course?
BS management, but
Oh, okay.
I
But what?
shifted
Oh,
to AB Social Sciences.
okay, okay. I'm business management also in LaSalle, DSMGT. So
Right.
yeah, similar. But I came from Eduk kasi and then I shifted. So yun. That's why I thought you were still. That's why I thought you graduated. You shifted.
No, not BS management. But then what's this? Kasi diba LaSalle and Ateneo are known to have like business management.
Hmm.
They're known to be great in business management. So
Yeah,
with
that's why I went to LaSalle also. And my family kasi is puro mga LaSalle din. So syempre siguro when I was growing up, parang na-influence na pumunta sa LaSalle. And bagay din naman yung course ko dun. Yeah.
would ever try to like, did you ever think about going to Ateneo?
I thought about it before, but then I don't know. I don't really mas bagay ako sa Lasal. I don't know. And then my friends though, some of them are in Ateneo, like high school friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pero it's okay. I think great decision so far.
No regrets.
Yeah. How about the South life? Like you said, God, that you miss practice. Like I'm sorry, you need to go to practice, so you miss like your hangouts with your friends in Zobel. Like I know I'm like from the South also, so like people go out like yun nga
Who are
pag
you? Oh
yeah,
yeah, Samuel. But
Friday or Saturday ganun.
yeah,
So lalo na in Zobel, like with even the paref schools, like they go out. So didn't you like did you miss it a lot because yeah you went from Ayala Alabang to like Katipunan.
yeah. No, actually, my friends got really distant when I got to college. But now we're like fine na. Because
Mm.
before, like they would ask me to hang, pero I can't because I'm in
Yeah,
Katipunan,
yeah,
they're all the way here.
yeah.
And syempre, I'm also tired then from training and school. I can't always like go back and forth. And wala, parang it's nice though na we're still keeping in touch now. Actually, I saw some of them then just
Mm-mm.
recently. And yeah, it's just sad. But like when you're there, it's sad na you're parang FOMO and all that.
Mm.
Pero you'll see naman in the long run na it was worth it. And your
Yeah,
friends, if they're really your friends, they'll still keep in touch with you. Just
yeah,
like low maintenance friendships, ganun.
yeah, for sure. Kasi lalo na, yeah, pag you have a good understanding then of the priorities. Like your priority was UAAP and like training. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you won't be friends with them anymore because if you still have the free time and like now you have the free time, you keep in touch with them and still remain in constant communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And here in the South also kasi like, I don't know, if I'm in the South, parang I don't know much about Katipunan because it's so far. Like I don't really go there
Yeah.
anymore. Parang pag
Actually, I
hinala ba?
don't know so many things about Taft. Like, I've only been there, like, siguro mga 5 times, ganun, ever in
Mm.
my life. So,
Yeah, similar. I've only been to Ateneo a couple of times only. And then I don't even go kasi to that area anymore. Like if you're in the South, parang dito ka na lang everything's here na.
ah,
Yeah.
true. But
Yeah.
I've learned to love the North then. Because, syempre, being there for how many years then, parang
Mm.
your friends are there na rin, like, you meet new friends, and they live there, so,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah, that's great because you've been there for several years na rin. How about yung best lessons. Did you learn like any lessons from your Zobel stint that you brought like even now to your Ateneo stint and maybe your professional stint, or maybe even off the court, maybe like something your opponents did that you learned from, like you lost, or maybe something your coaches or teammates told you, something like that?
Well, in high school, actually, my dad kasi he's like a coach then to me. Like, do you know those type of parents na parang when you play a bad game, you're like, like,
Mm.
parang coach talaga. And syempre, since he's been watching me ever since, parang he was the one teaching me then like life skills, life coach stuff.
Mm.
And in addition to that din naman, like from what I've learned from Zobel and Ateneo, parang the one thing I've learned from being an athlete is that um don't get involved with things if you're coming in like half-heartedly.
Mm.
Like if you're gonna do something, just do it 100%. Like don't waste your time doing something half-assed.
Mm.
So yeah, um, that's like one of the biggest lessons I've learned all throughout my sports life.
Yeah. I can relate to that also because I don't know, that's how I approach also some, and most naman I hope that's how I approach situations in life,
I
like
mean,
anything.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, kasi nga it's I don't know, like time's precious. I mean, in the pandemic, it felt like you had all the time, but still, like you want to be productive pa rin with what you do. And I guess, I hope I'm doing well with that. Yeah.
same.
So moving on to the Ateneo stint, I read before I interviewed you that you won Rookie of the Year. Kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Even if I was watching
Oh,
the season, and kasi like yung mga awards minsan nakakalimutan ko rin eh. Like Kumari Majoy pala was MVP of that year when I searched it. And yeah, you won Rookie of the Year that year. So how was the whole year naman? And did you get shocked that you won, or did you get the feeling already that you were gonna win the award?
well, I mean, there were only a few rookies kasi. Kasi nga, di ba yung K to 12?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, Coach Tai would always put me in. As in, I think I played in most, if not all of the games. I played in most games. Um, he, I think he wanted me to experience then and to feel how it felt, like to play with also the older batches, like sila Ate Gia Morado, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah. Well, I think I was the rookie who played most, had most playing time. As
Okay.
long with Chu then, do you know Chumason and Jiga? He's men's basketball, volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got rookie of the year because we didn't really have much competition, but
Ah,
I
okay.
think we still deserved it.
Yeah, of
We
course, he
played
still
well.
deserved it. Yeah. I remember naman that you had the crucial game, I think, against Lasal pa nga yata yun, that you
Yeah,
scored 10 or something. And then parang Joe Maraguinot didn't play, and
yeah,
parang
she was
nagulat
injured.
sila na nagaling mo.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Yeah, I remember that Joanna didn't play lang that game, and people got surprised that they put you in, and then you contributed a lot.
Yeah, I got surprised then. Like I didn't think I was gonna play that game.
Yeah.
Coach Tai is like really sneaky.
You mentioned nga that you dreamt of playing with sila Eliza, and they were like playing for Creamline already when you were there, and
And they would train with us because
yeah, you
diba
would
they're
train with
also
you.
under Coach Tai.
Mm-mm.
They,
Did you feel like the pressure of like, because they won championships and then also the Fab Five, they were successful in like making volleyball ascend and here in the Philippines. So did your batch or like you personally like feel pressure to always win, or did you just play freely?
oh, when I was rookie or
Yeah,
like
like in your whole early
oh,
stint in Ateneo, yeah.
well my rookie year kasi everyone was just like, oh don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're just a rookie, like no one's expecting anything from you. So that's what got me like hyped. So I'm like, okay, no one's expecting anything from me. Just might as well just show them what I have.
Yeah.
Ganun. And then in my second year, third year, syempre, who doesn't want to be a champion? Diba?
Mm.
I guess, uh, well, syempre, there's always gonna be pressure. And there's always gonna be like self-doubt, ganun.
Mm.
But it's your team talaga. It's the people who are who surround you, who really help who really helped me overcome the self-doubt and all. And um, yeah, I think it's really about the mental toughness and your character to be able to like achieve your goal, which is to win the championship.
Mm. So how about your best memory with Coach Tai? Since you mentioned already that he gave you the opportunities to play and you didn't expect some of the times when he'd put you in there in the middle of a game, a crucial game, but you'd still deliver. But then at first you'd get surprised. So what is your best memory? Because I asked Danny and I think it was something about her getting appendicitis and she thought it was nothing lang. Pinatakbo yata siya or something. Tapos parang na bigla yung siya nga, tapos hindi niya alam na appendicitis na. So, it was such a memorable thing for me. So, how about you? What's your best memory?
No, actually, Coach Sai and I were really close because we lived in the same condo.
Oh, okay.
Blue, do you know Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved there um mid mid of my freshman year, and then like he'd ask to have dinner with me,
Oh,
ganon.
okay.
And then I just like, oh, and then we actually have this ritual before games. We'd eat at Kenny Rogers, the two of us lang, and then he'd buy me the pancakes and then the sausages, and then that was like a ritual until we lost like a game. That's so funny. And then wala, we were it's like a love-hate relationship with Coach Tai. Syempre,
Yeah.
like I think all of the coaches naman. But yeah, I was like really close with Coach Tai. It's kind of weird because yun nga, love-hate relationship. More on like love-hate relationship.
Can you
Yeah.
explain how you communicate with him? Like, since people
Dude, it's
in
so at
timeout, it's
first.
hard.
Okay, wait. So at first, it's like you're gonna be like, ano daw? And then
Yeah.
parang it's kind of parang you're gonna feel like you're so rude because you can't understand him, and then you're gonna say ano, and then he's gonna be like, you don't understand me, blah blah blah. Parang he gets mad, syempre he gets frustrated na you
Yeah.
don't understand him.
Paulit-ulit
Pero
eh.
yeah,
Yeah.
as time goes by, parang you get used to it then. And during the what's this in the dugout, he tries to like motivate us din naman, and actually he says a lot of things,
Mm.
and once you get the hang of it, you really understand what he tries to tell you. So,
Yeah, yung sa timeout lang yata kasi that's the one people see. Kasi yun lang naman yung may camera. I mean, hindi naman may camera like when you guys go out or
yeah.
when you guys train in Blue Eagle Gym. Wala namang camera. Pero yung sa timeout, people are like, why is Eliza like the one talking? Or why is Gia the only one talking?
Oh,
Ganyan. Or Bea.
well,
Yeah.
actually, parang siguro they say the things na Coach Ty has already
Mm.
told them, or us actually. Kunyari, when Ate Bate says something, parang Coach Ty already said that in the past trainings or in the dugout before the game. So
Yeah.
parang
Reiterate lang.
nire-iterate lang.
Yeah, that's really great. So parang you really have a good chemistry pa din kahit may sabi nga nila may language barrier and sometimes di kayo nagkakaintindihan. Pero at least now you are able to still yun nga translate it on the court and what he wants to impart to you guys nagagawa niyo pa rin.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about the two losses against DLSU? They won kasi the championship in 79 and 80. So not sure. Like, did you play in the finals? 79, you guys played in the finals. 80 yata FEU, right?
When they won,
Yeah.
I don't think I played in the finals season 79.
Oh, okay.
Not sure if I played. I don't remember na eh.
Yeah,
But
79, I remember they were against Ateneo though. But then 80, I think FEU na though. Because I think sa final four
yeah,
na FEU
yeah.
against you guys.
But I don't really remember na. I
Yeah.
really don't remember.
Yeah, it's okay. How about those experiences though? Like you guys didn't win until 81 with Coach O, but kamusta naman yung pagtanggap sa mga losses and what changed and what motivated you guys and to prepare you for like that season 81 na ang lakas-lakas yun ng season na yun na hihirapan lahat ng teams talunin kayo.
Um, well, you know what they say na when you lose, you don't really lose. You just gain like knowledge
Mm.
about it. Syempre, from our losses, we learned kung ano yung kulang namin, what we have to work on. And syempre, with that, Coach O guided us then. when he became our new coach, he really studied. Kasi he really studies talaga everything, the teams, our team, and he really prepares. It's not just for like short term.
Mm.
Um, he's more on long term then. So wala, he just used those. He watched the games, he studied, and he explained to us, and that's what he made us train for. We what we had to work for sa individual and as a team. So yeah, do they make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, ano naman yung parang major differences of coaching, yeah, with having Coach O as a coach and Coach Tai? Because I know they're both really great coaches. And syempre si Danny, she was joking lang na parang, yeah, Tagalog. And yung isa mas naiintindihan mo. Pero like in the, maybe on and off the court, ano yung mas like, yung hindi nakikita sa camera na differences? Maybe like the way they motivate you guys or the way they approach the team.
Well, actually, I think they're kind of the same. They're you wouldn't think that Coach Tayo is vocal, but he's also vocal. And
Mm.
pero siguro mas intense talaga si Coach O kasi like Tagalog nga,
Yeah.
and parang when he says something in Tagalog, parang nasasakit siya. And um wala, they're really like good, like great coaches. We all learned so much things from them. Uh I don't know the difference eh. Parang
Wala.
never
Walang
the
masabi.
same, yeah.
Pagod ka pa rin sa training.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yung oval, parang all of you guys hate the
Oh
oval
my
eh.
god, I hated it so much.
Are you like one of the ones in front or the ones in
Yeah, yeah. I try my best kasi parang if I'm at the back, parang mas napapagod ako. Pero sa pag nasa harap ka, parang own pace mo, and then you're just like, just finish this already and then you're done. So,
What's your exercise ba? Like how many rounds do you need to do? Like 10?
I think 5 rounds in a 400-meter oval. Tapos time siya.
Oh,
Dapat
timed. Okay.
time. So it's like, syempre, grabe before the run, honestly, like I'm like getting anxiety. Like, what if I don't make it? Like even though I make it all the time, it's
Hmm.
like, what if I don't make it this time? Like I don't want to get so tired. I don't want to do more.
Uulit ba kayo pag hindi umabot?
Yeah, you
Oh,
have.
okay. Hassle pala talaga.
It's really tiring. So
Okay. How about with the season 81? You mentioned nga, Coach O, that he's really a coach that devotes a ton of time in his job and making you guys flourish on the court. But was there a time on that season that you really felt na may chance talaga kayo mag-champion? What was that moment for you or your team?
well, di ba kasi we only lost to Lasa in the first game.
Mm.
Tapos we
Twice,
also
yeah.
lost to UST. Ay, UST ba?
Ah, no, you beat UST because that was the controversial
Oh,
game.
the first one. The first. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Okay, 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 gets.
yeah. I think LaSalle twice, but then you didn't play LaSalle in the finals. That's why I was like, oh, if we play Ateneo in the finals, we can beat them. But we didn't even reach the finals. So I think you lost to LaSalle twice, and then yun lang yung talo nyo.
Yeah. Wait. I don't know why, but then when it's against Lasal talaga, it's like there's just something that makes us so stiff. And
Mm.
anyway, what was the question
Yung
again? Sorry.
breakthrough moment, or
Uh,
like the moment that you remember that you felt that you could win it all.
the championship
Mm.
game, the game against UST. No, no, kasi di ba we lost against UST in the first
Sweep
game.
yung game one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, after that, we were like, After that, syempre we were so sad and all. But then Ate Bay gave us this speech na parang we trained so hard for this. Like, we were in a camp for like 10 days. We trained three
Mm.
times a day. Who does that? Like, also in Japan, parang it's so cold. Who trains under that kind of temperature? We've worked so hard for this. You're not just gonna let this pass. Like, you're not gonna let us lose, ganon. So everyone was just like, we're so motivated. Like, we worked so hard for this nga. Like, we can't just let this go. So I think that was when I was like, yo, we put in so much work. Like, we got this. We
Mm.
deserve this. So yeah.
How about playing against CC and Aya? I mean, they're like really
But
superstars in their
an
sport.
honor.
How tough was that?
They're so strong. Like when there are no blockers and then they spike and then it even just hits your hand, parang sakit, masakit siya. But then like, yeah, I don't know what to say. They're just like really strong. It's such an honor to play against them.
So ano
I
yung
don't
mga
know.
adjustments naman na ginawa niyo? Since you said nga na ang lakas nila nung game 1, parang unstoppable. Pero nung 2 and 3, yun na kayo naman yung naging sobrang malakas. I mean, some would say that they would have won if they could have won if Aya was healthy. But then syempre deserve niyo pa rin yung championship. I mean, if you can put an asterisk nga in every championship. That's like the joke they have. Like, if you just want to be like very meticulous, you could put an asterisk in everything. But then, syempre, deserve niyo pa rin yung championship. Pero yung adjustments ba that you guys made, what were the key adjustments that you felt propelled you guys to win?
I think the big factor, a really big factor of why we lost that game is the crowd of the UST.
They're
Oh my
crazy.
God, it was like so crazy. Like we couldn't hear each other and stuff like that. So what we did was we super studied the plays. Coach O made us like really watch and study the game, and we also did this mindfulness practice. You know that the meditation stuff. Did
Oh,
that you
yeah.
mentioned that? Yeah, we had to do that, and because the thing is na yun nga, we had like self-doubt issues and on. So we really had to like conquer that through mindfulness and meditation. And yeah, by training harder also and studying the team, the opponent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you guys were really star-studded in that year. Pero moving on to the next year, yung naglaro lang kayo ng 2 games. I remember you played well against UP, and then the LaSalle game, I covered it for us and it was good to
oh,
write it.
you did?
Yeah, I was the one who wrote it, and it was like the weekend before it was the pandemic came here or something. It was like, buti na lang ako yung nag-cover because that was the first game, LaSalle Ateneo.
How was it? How was it for you?
Masaya naman kasi that was the first time I actually covered La Sala Ateneo, or like the first time I covered in MOA also, because I was a frosh that time and
Yeah.
there was no volleyball yet, so second sem pa. And then I covered it first game. Dapat hindi nga ako yun eh. Pero I think it's a sign that ako yun. Kasi now like my batchmates in the Lasallian, they haven't covered in MOA or Araneta. And they're like, baka mag-graduate na daw sila, wala pa silang nako-cover. Kasi now there's
That's
nothing.
so sad. Well,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. Like we covered Gilas nga recently because para lang there's contempt because we don't
Oh,
really have except the monthly article. So yung Gilas, we were awake at like 2:30 a.m. and then we would write about it at 4 and 5 a.m. para
yeah.
ma-post. But it's fun.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah, but going back with the season 82, yun nga, you guys were strong. I remember that. I didn't expect LaSalle to win as even if I was writing at that game because I didn't know their players, to be honest. Like some of them, like Thea Gagate and sila Laila Cruz, like their name and number and
They're
face
so
lang.
new.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're so good pala that game. And yeah, they shocked like the Philippines and the volleyball world. Like, oh, they're pretty good. They can win it pala this year and
Yeah.
win it from Ateneo. Pero hindi nga natuloy yung season. But for you, how confident were you with your team? I mean, Joanna Maraginot came back, I think, and Kat for that year. Pero ngayon nga, sayang. And you guys were really strong. So how was your outlook on the team entering that season?
I was really confident with the team. Like, imagine having Kat Valentino still there and then Joe Maraginot
Mm.
and Bongay. And I don't know, everyone was just there. How can you not win? Like, I mean, syempre, I don't know what to say. But then, yeah, I was really confident with that team. Sad nga lang na it got caught. Because we had so much to show. We had so much to offer. And
Yeah. And sayang kasi they decided to play na pro because yun, sayang yung age because you don't play volleyball until like you're 50 or 60. So you need to make use of your prime years and your peak years. I think that's why they went na rin to Chocomucho and their professional teams.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, you mentioned earlier that you're one of the veterans already of the Lady Eagles. I mean, when they resume, if you still decide to play, it's like you and Danny, and then a bunch of young players like Faith, Nisperos, and all the other players. So how do you intend to be the great leader to them and set a good example to them as one of the ates now of the team?
Well, actually, I'm not really like a vocal leader. That's Danny. For me, that's Danny. And I'm just like, I'm the type to show na what I can do and what I'm supposed to do, like an example to the girls. And yeah, it's just, it's really like me and Danny working together. And of course, it's not just me and Danny just because we're the eldest. Doesn't mean that
Mm.
we're the only ones who can lead. Syempre,
Mm.
everyone, even rookies can lead us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just really about the teamwork.
Do you guys still train like Zoom ganon or even earlier in the pandemic? Meron ba kayong mga workouts that you guys do?
Yes, we do train still sa Zoom every well, it's supposed to be 3 times a week, pero yung Monday, Friday, it's like by group lang.
Okay.
It's asynchronous but by
Mm.
group. And then
Mm.
yung Wednesday, it's usually like the whole team.
Okay. Asynchronous and synchronous. Para I only hear those terms in school
Yeah,
for ACADS.
it's
It's
so
so
sad.
yeah. That's why when you asked like before when we were gonna interview, I forgot what day. I was like, are we even synchronous today or asynchronous? I forgot kung anong day yun. Ay, yeah, Tuesday, yesterday. Ay, yeah, basta I forgot na. Yeah, there was because yun nga asynchronous and synchronous. Those terms are I've never used those terms before the pandemic.
Same
Yeah,
actually.
it's so cool. But yeah, you mentioned also that you were being one of the leaders of Ateneo. How about adjusting positions? Because I think you were middle blocker in LaSalle and then they made you utility and Zobel, yeah, and they made you utility and then uh I don't know, open yata and then biglang nag-middle ka ulit.
Yeah,
Kamusta naman yun for you? Kasi paikot-ikot ka, but isn't it hard?
it's really hard to adjust. But then, I mean, kailangan eh. You can't do anything about it. Like you have to, if you want to play, you have to adjust so that you can do, you can play that position. And I'm not complaining. Like, I'm grateful that I got to play all those positions, um, making me a versatile player. That's what Coach O always says. But yeah, I think I'm just grateful that I got to play most positions. I mean, Ponga, I played libero.
I remember that. That was
Um,
I got surprised. I was like, oh yeah, but she's pretty good at it. So I guess that's why
yeah,
she was there.
yeah. Well, you just gotta adjust to the coach's commands.
Yeah. How what's
That's
your
what
favorite position though? Like where do you feel where do you have the most fun in and why?
I think for me, middle talaga kasi I was middle ever since high school. And then, wala, parang muscle memory na rin. And then, yung naging open lang ako in fourth year high school. Tapos, when I got to college, Coach Tai made me open first year and then utility second year.
Mm.
Tapos si Coach O naman, open na naman on my third year. Tapos sa last year ko is middle.
Yeah,
So,
there was sayang 2 games lang. Paikot
yeah,
pero paikot-ikot. Baka maglibero ka na or setter pag buhay.
center. Yeah, what a
Kinuha mo na
dream.
yung positions nila ni Danny. Pwedeng
But
libero. But then what do you call this? But then playing in Ateneo, nga, you mentioned that Coach O and Coach Tai was alternating you with positions every year. Pero how do you have the motivation or like the readiness to always play? Because you don't like start naman every game. Sometimes yun nga, sabi mo nung finals yata nung 79, you're not sure if you even played. But there are games na yun, like the one against LaSalle that you played a lot. So how do you like train your mind or have the mindset to always be ready?
the coaches have always just trained us to be ready. Like they're always like, you have to be ready. This is what you train for. Like you don't train just to like be there at the bench. Like even if you're just on the bench, be ready. Like you never know what can happen. You never know. Like everyone has a purpose. That's what Coach O taught us then. Na parang kahit you're not always playing, kahit you're just cheering or you're giving water, ganon. That's like a big help to the team. So you just gotta be ready all the time. And yun nga, parang you can't like don't come in if you're not gonna give your all, right? Like
Hmm.
you're 100%.
It's the same mentality that you mentioned nung high school pa lang, and if you have it and if you still apply it in college and beyond, I think it's really great to hear. That's why siguro rin kahit yun, kahit off the bench ka minsan, you're still being able to contribute several points or blocks, even
Yeah.
if yun minsan sa matchup siguro hindi ka masyadong nagagamit, depends on sa kalaban.
Yeah. And you just really want to help the team, you help your teammates and make your coaches proud. And then,
Hmm.
so
Yeah. How about shifting naman to beach volleyball? I think you played also a bit of it. How was that stint and the adjustment also? Because it's really different. I mean, from a fan's perspective, I think it's really different with all the skills that you need to do. Kasi pag beach, talagang versatile and talagang all around yun. So how was the whole experience for you?
it's actually so random. I never thought that I would be playing beach ever in my life. But yeah, I was actually my first year ko ba yun? Or second year, um, I was partnered with Ate Bea. And it's so
Mm.
random because she's a middle blocker and she doesn't defend, ganon. And then me, I was open. I don't know why we were partnered with each other, but yeah, beach is so hard. Like it's so hard to run and jump the sand, and it's like it's so hot and parang may heat stroke ka na lang, pero I don't know. And it's so different talaga from court. But then I do think that it makes you a lot better in defense, and
Mm.
parang yung mga placing, kunyari, you don't always spike in indoor, like you drop ball, ganon. So yeah, it
Pero paano naman yung selection ng team nyo? Like, yun nga, you mentioned na bakit sa tingin mo, you're like, bakit ka napili? Like, you were surprised naman with the selection.
I really don't know why it was me and Ate Bay. Pero yung third year ko na, I was with Bong, di ba?
Mm.
So I think I was with Bong kasi I had experience na, and then I think for sure the coaches thought na Bong and I would be like a great team
Close.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the chemistry na, and we can like talk to each other, motivate each other. So
Pero yung training yun rin naman, meron ba kayong mga ginawang special training? Kasi syempre, iba naman yung indoor talaga sa beach. And how long did you guys prepare for it? Because it's really not, it's like a tournament that's different, diba, from the indoor.
well, we have this sand court in Ateneo, but it's like so different from the sands in MOA because parang yung sands sa Ateneo concrete. So
Okay.
it's like, alam mo yung sand na parang masakit sa skin,
Hmm.
ganun siya. So it was really different to prepare then kasi we only had like 2 months siguro. We only prepared for 2 months or even less for
Hmm.
both years. Like it wasn't really the prioritized sport. Pero, syempre, um, we we had to skip some of the indoor trainings or sometimes we had to go beach and then indoor and then wala. Pero it's hard nga kasi 'di ba kunyari sa morning we train for beach and then sa afternoon we train for indoor. So
Nakapag.
parang yung footwork mo din iba
Hmm.
and yeah, the feel of the floor, pwede ka rin ma-injure ganun. So, yeah.
It's a great experience, I guess. And maybe it also translated to some of the changes or adjustments that you made in indoor. Like it made you a better player pa din kahit nahirapan ka talaga ng todo. So I think it's still a great experience to be grateful for it also.
Mhm.
Yeah. How about this is a good topic also in relation to volleyball since you mentioned before that hindi pa masyadong popular yung volleyball maybe when you were in high school or like paakyat pa lang yung ascension ng volleyball and then now you guys are popular. You're like ka-level na ng basketball or maybe even sometimes higher. And syempre one effect of that is the social media effect. So kamusta naman yung effect ng social media for you? Like did you ever get so pissed at people in social media or is it more GV vibes, good vibes lang like with your vlogs and your tweets, your posts? Ganun.
I think it's normal to have like everyone has haters. I think like even
Mm.
Atlay has haters. Like how could you hate on her? She's already so good. Pero yeah, of course it's gonna get to you then. And the thing is na or everyone's like trying to say na oh just don't mind it. Pero syempre it's like easier said than done. Pero
Mm.
you just really have to like learn how to not mind them. And why would you like listen to people who you don't know? Parang, why would you even care about what they think of you, diba? Tapos, for this, but then like it has also its perks
Mm.
for having the platform. We're talking about the platform, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, syempre may endorsements, ganon,
Mm.
and you can use the like you can use your platform for in so many ways. Like motivate people, give
Mm.
people like positive vibes, like what you said, sa vlogging.
Mm.
Syempre, you just wanna like give back to other people in your own little way. So yeah. Pero, pero yung ano nga, haters, that's unevitable, I
Yeah,
guess.
kasi lalo na like I think kayo nila Ponggay, nila Danny, like they like
Oh my
hating on
god.
you guys. I think Coach O was even defending you, or I forgot, but there was an article before na yeah, he would defend you, or even you guys would defend each other because people sometimes are harsh and they're over the line already. But then for you, did you ever like respond to a fan, and the funny response is like, did they say sorry after something
No,
like that?
I mean, actually, no, I've never responded to like a,
Mm.
a hate tweet or something. Like the one we responded through our championship na lang. Parang in your face, parang ganon. Like you
Mm.
doubted us and now look where we are, we're champions, ganon. But then, syempre you have to stay humble. Just a sad moment lang na we're just proud of what we achieved. So,
Yeah, for sure. Kasi some people talaga, natatawa nga ako when I see someone answer, like an athlete like you guys, tas magsasorry. Parang, oh, yung emotions were high lang. Pero,
yeah.
na-realize nila na nag-reply, natakot na sila. Or like, ay, mali pala yung ginawa ko. And then,
Oh,
yeah.
wait, actually, yeah. Actually, there, I got like death threats. Parang, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
parang, it's not even connected. Parang, um, you played so bad, sana mamatay ka na. Ganun. Parang,
Oh,
what?
okay.
That's the connection.
Mm.
Parang, why? I don't get bashes talaga. Like, they just suddenly wake up one day and then they decide to like hate on
Mm.
someone. Parang that's so random. Like, why do you
Mm.
have so much hate in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really tough, but I know I see the it's like a double-edged sword, I guess. Pero it's up to you how you'll handle it. And
Yeah.
lalo na if you're getting popular, like volleyball players, you guys are getting popular. So it's being responsible and matured, and with all the
Yeah.
hate and good vibes also. It can go both ways. Yeah. How about with the your relationship now with Coach Tai and Coach O? You mentioned a lot of great moments that you had with them. Pero for each of them individually, were there any moments or situations that you won't forget with them? Like they told you something that you would still really remember, like whenever you're having a tough time, or when you're sad, you get like motivated, or you get ecstatic. Would
Um,
you remember that?
well, I don't really have a specific experience. Not that I remember. Because with Coach, I was always with him. Eh. So it's like
Mm.
he's always talking to me about this, that, that. And then like, he's always like, oh, I want you to be this. I want you. He was actually like, I want you to be rookie of the year. Ganon. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, cool. Then he made me rookie of the year. I mean, he helped me reach that goal. And then
Yeah.
with Coach O naman, he just like we also have these small talks na parang when he tells me na parang he believes in me. Syempre, having your coach believe in you, maano yun sa feeling, parang sobrang
Mm.
nakakagaan sa feeling. So yeah, but I don't really have specific experiences.
Yeah. So as we wind down to like the final part of the interview, these are like questions I normally ask my guests also. I mean, it's just based on your opinion naman, but it's like not related. I mean, it's like a set of questions not really related to volleyball anymore.
Okay.
No joke lang. It's not controversial. But then okay, the first one is I don't know if you watched NBA like in the bubble last year. They were like active with social issues, and yung kay George Floyd and the elections, they were telling people how to vote. Like in connection to social media kanina, like they use social media to promote their voice and tell people what the not really what to do, but like educating them lang, and telling them what they believe in. So baka influence kayo or mas sway kayo in like what's right pala, ganun. So for you naman, do you think here in the Philippines that athletes could like be more socially active or vocal with the issues? Because yeah, here in the Philippines, parang sometimes the athletes are maybe not tweeting naman so much about it or talking about it because maybe like it's also our culture, like the United States or the Americans, they're very yun nga, their cultures like that. That's how they grew up. Pero here we're like more timid or we're more laid back. So what's your thoughts on athletes being socially and active with issues that like those?
I think it's great that some athletes are using their platform to take a stand or stand up for what they think is right. But I think
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to really be educated on what you're trying to stand up for. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't just be mema kasi in this generation parang we're in this woke generation But sometimes it's like sometimes it comes off as like rude what they're trying to say ganon. So maybe I guess it's better if like before you say something, before you post something on social media that you think is trying to have like that you think is like gonna give a positive effect, um siguro you have to educate yourself more first and not just be mema about it because there are some actually some
Yeah.
athletes that are kind of mema and then when people go against what they say parang they're gonna take it back or
Yeah,
parang
parang mali pala. Oh.
ganun. So yeah, and did I answer your question?
Yeah. Kasi some athletes din nga, it's good that kasi NBA kasi they made it a point to become more educated kasi nga they cared like they didn't like the tenure of Trump so they wanted
Yeah.
him like not to win talaga. Yun yung Black Lives Matter movement. They didn't like it. So yun nag-effort talaga sila to go out of their way in order to promote equality and all these things in their country. So for us, yeah, it's similar. Lalo na like athletes, yun nga, kung mema, mahirap na here because like kung our volleyball players kayo, you guys have like 100,000 followers on social media tapos mema yung mga sinasabi niyo. Baka mali pa yung ma-influence. Lalo na
Yeah,
like
exactly.
malapit na elections eh. So paano kung mema yung sinabi mo about a
Yeah.
candidate or something naniwala? O di ba? It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
So with the next question, this is from a podcast also in the US, and I also ask my guests these questions. If you had five dinner guests, dead or alive, it doesn't need to be like sport athlete or sport people in the sporting industry only. But yeah, who would you choose to have dinner with? It can be anyone talaga, like dead or alive.
That's so tough.
Mm.
Uh, super random, ha? Like super
Mm.
random.
Yeah, it
I
can be
actually
anyone
want
talaga.
to
As in
have
like
dinner with John Mayer because,
idol.
like, watching his interviews and all that, parang sobrang kulit ng brain niya. Like, he thinks of
Mm.
so many random things and it makes sense. He's just an interesting person. Tapos, what else? Oh, for sure, Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah.
I really want to, yeah, I want
Mm.
to be such an honor to be able to have dinner with him. And then who else? My favorite artists, Justin Bieber, Crush, and who else? SZA, and how many na yun?
Four.
Four. Oh, for sure you know this guy, Jay Shetty. He's like he also has a podcast. Sometimes I listen to it.
Oh, I
Like,
don't know him. Who's that
oh,
again?
Jay Shetty, he's like a motivational speaker then
Oh, okay.
inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. I only listen to sports podcasts to be honest. Like I
Oh,
listen to a lot though, but then yeah, maybe you could check it out because maybe I could check it out because the others they're nice ones. Like my friend told me that she listens to like yeah maybe something like that, and she likes podcasts also. That's why when I made one, parang it's fun daw.
he, sorry. His is like mostly self-help.
Mm.
Ganun. So,
And then the others, I guess it's fine. Like Kobe, I can relate to it the most also that he was more of a better dad also and father and husband rather than like a basketball player because it's like what everyone knows. But he can also yeah be something else that's not in front of the camera and he's a really great person.
yeah.
Yeah. So for the final question, I also ask my guest this question is who do you think I should invite here on the DVD show? Because yeah, it doesn't need to be only volleyball. It can be any sport. But who do you think would be a great guest? Or yeah, who do you think Ark could be a great guest here in the DVD show that would have a great story or magandang makapagkwentuhan?
You know who's really interesting to talk to? Ate Bea De Leon. She's really fun to talk to. And also Ponggay.
Mm,
Marami siya, sobrang dalda niya. You're gonna learn, I think you're gonna learn so many
yeah.
things from her then. So yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe,
those are great guests. But then yeah, it's kind of tough now because they're in the bubble.
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but
Well,
then maybe after the
yeah.
season or something that I could reach out to them and hopefully they could guest also because yeah they have also a great story for sure and they have a fan base that's pretty big and they'll be able to influence others with their story and get them informed with how they were successful in their sport.
Well, I'll try to talk to them about it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe after the season since or like
Okay.
I don't know when they're not busy because parang sa bubble I'm busy nila
And
eh.
they're so busy. They
Yeah.
train like so many times a day.
Yeah, so maybe I can just ask you when I feel like they're not doing anything. Like pag wala
Okay.
na yung off-season, ganun. Because I was also planning to, yeah, ask them, but then, or like ask help from Danny also. But then, yeah, it's the season kasi, so it's kind of hard.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's all the time that we have for joining. Thank you again, Jules, for joining me here on the DVD show. And I hope you had fun. And do you have any final message before you go?
I had so much fun. Thank you for having me. It was nice meeting you. And I
Yeah.
just want to say good luck to your podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you also for guesting here and sharing your story because some people might not be aware of your story, like your upbringing and how you became good. Because normally in interviews, sometimes they ask the present things, like what's going on. Like when you won the championship, I'm pretty sure you got interviewed a ton. But here in the podcast, it's good because I like tackling like how you became great or what were your tough times and how you ascended. So yeah, thank you. But then before you go, is it okay if we take a picture?
Yeah, sure. So it's kind of dark though.
Okay lang, okay lang.
Um, yeah. Okay.
I'll take it now. One, two, three. Okay, thank you so much again, Jules,
Thank you,
for
Derek.